Hi, and welcome to day 20 of Going from Heavy to Light. Last week, I was mentioning a fellow named Michael Gross, and he has a page on Facebook called The Wingman's Path to Positivity. And if you guys like sparks of positive energy, I would absolutely recommend you check out his Facebook page. This morning, what he was talking about it really resonated with me. He was talking about in the past having gone to, I think it was like a county fair, and he saw there a mother and her son, and they had this heavy box to carry home. And the mother said, it was a wooden box or something, and the mother said, well, I don't know how we're going to get this home. And the son said, it's just another workout, Mom. And so Michael was talking about it in terms of thinking of any time we have an obstacle or a challenge, just to say, it's just another workout. So the way it correlated with me today is I was on a call that went much longer than I anticipated today. And by the time I got off the call, maybe it was 10 after 12. And in terms of lunch, I was already hungry, but in terms of lunch, I first had to chop and, marinate and do all these things. And my lunch wasn't really going to be ready till about 1 or 10 after 1, which for me is late. And what I was noticing is that I was feeling a little bit shaky when I got off the phone, meaning I was probably a little bit more than hungry. And in the past, what I would have done would be to say, oh, I better have a little something to tide me over, because I don't, I'd be a little panicked about that feeling of feeling shaky. So this time, I probably would have said, why don't I just have the 2 pieces of chocolate that I would normally have later? Why don't I have them now? And that sort of thing. So keeping Michael's practice from this morning in mind, what I did is I figured out, okay, this is just another workout, meaning this is a challenge because it's going to be a long time until I can eat. And what can I do? And that's how I was viewing the workout. So I said, well, I can have a glass of water because that will be really good for me. There's a B. And so I had the water. And then what I decided to do was go for a walk for the half hour that my food was going to be in the oven. So when I talk about it being a workout, I don't mean in this case from a physical standpoint, which again, I went for the walk, but it was more just the ability to practice staying with the challenge and being okay with the challenge and figuring out what's a workout of any sort that I can do to be okay with this and get past it and through it and transcend it. So the other thing I want to say is when I went for my walk, I saw an older woman who seemed like she was in really good shape. She was biking up a hill that I never would be able to bike up, and she had no problem with it. And what that made me think of is, as I'm doing my daily practices of going from heavy to light, emotionally and physically, the more I do them, it makes me think it's like each time I pedal, it gets easier. So watching her just easily pedal up the hill got me thinking that before I know it, I will easily be able to pedal up the hill, because I will have been putting in the daily efforts it takes to stop feeling heavy about things that have gotten in my way. I wouldn't say I'm any longer struggling with any of these things related to food or weight. I'm way past that. I mean, that was in my days of binge eating and feeling obsessed with and controlled by food. I mean, it's nothing like that. It's more that I'm fine-tuning and tweaking my relationship with food. And anyway, I just thought that this was an interesting practice for me to think about. It's just another workout. So again, feel free to check out Michael Gross, The Wingman's Path to Positivity. And there's a bee right near me, so I'm going to go. Have a great day.